What is up? Good morning, America, and greetings, friends, and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality and health and well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 27 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like acne, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds, recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure, because the human biological system is a healing system. It's a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing system a miracle, it really is no miracle at all. It is simply the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, we welcome your phone calls on The Bright Side. If you have a success story you'd like to share, we love hearing those. 855-660-4261. Likewise, if you just want to contribute to the conversation, 855-660-4261. And if you want to learn more about the longevity products, the ones I take, and the ones I recommend, the ones you hear advertised on the program, you can also give us a shout at 855-660-4261. If you want to purchase any of the products, you can head over to my website, brightsideben.com, and take a look at our shopping cart. You can also click on the Join the Team link if you want to start a longevity business, or you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. For a one-time $10 fee, you can start your own business and enjoy all the benefits of having your own business, purchasing your products at the wholesale price. Enjoy all the tax benefits, including writing off your home office, writing off your mileage, writing off your samples. Heck, you can write off your products if you give enough of them away. They can tell you all about it at 866-735-2470. Make sure you ask them about the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, my personal favorite longevity product. The multivitamin mineral complex powder that you add to water and drink. Even if you're not interested in nutritional supplementation, or if you're not hip to the powers of nutritional supplementation, just give this stuff a shot. It's $50 a canister. If you're like most folks, you'll notice results within 1 or 2 doses, results like weight loss, appetite suppression, lower blood pressure. You're just going to feel better, more energy. It's called Beyond Tangy Tangerine. You can find out all about it at brightsideben.com, or you can ask the Brightside Ben phone team about it at 866-735-2470. For you guys out in the Texas area, I'll be in Wichita Falls this Saturday doing a talk for Alicia Henderson and Bob and Judy Bell, and that will be Saturday at 9 o'clock. We'll do a little meet and greet Friday the 17th, and then our talk is on Saturday at 9 o'clock. And then I'll be in Austin at Brave New Books for Harlan, and that is that's on the 23rd in Austin at Brave New Books. Hope to see you out there. All right. Welcome aboard to The Bright Side. We're talking about a lot of different things. Last program we left off talking about hyperpigmentation. Hyperpigmentation, melasma, dark spots is what happens as we get older. In the skincare world, it seems to be an epidemic. Everybody's getting these blotchy spots and dark spots, and nobody seems to know what's causing them. But if you listen to this program, you know what's causing them. Hyperpigmentation and pigmentation in general are a classic manifestation of the stress response. And a classic manifestation, a classic way the body responds to stress hormones. You got dark spots, think cortisol. You got dark spots, think estrogen. You're hyperpigmenting, think adrenal stress. Women who are on estrogen replacement therapy, the birth control pill, hormone replacement therapy, all of which contain especially toxic forms of pharmaceutical estrogen. Oftentimes these ladies will hyperpigment during pregnancy when estrogen levels change dramatically, when estrogen levels rise dramatically. Some women will get something called a mask of pregnancy, which is a type of melasma or hyperpigmentation that shows up as a little mask around the eyes. The best way to keep this from happening is to stay off of estrogen drug therapy. Stay off of the birth control pill. Stay off of hormone replacement therapy. You can also use progesterone cream, which has a nice balancing effect on estrogen. Progesterone in general, I like the cream because it's got a sustained release. Progesterone is completely non-toxic, unlike estrogen, which is toxic, and progesterone balances out this toxic effect. In fact, a lot of the things that we associate with low levels of estrogen are really signs of low levels of progesterone. You know, as long as you have fat in your body, you are making estrogen. Estrogen is produced in fat cells. Not true about progesterone. And as women get older, as we all get older, we suffer from drops in progesterone much more significantly. We suffer from more significant drops in progesterone than we do on estrogen. That's why if you got hot flashes or you have any of the signs of accelerated aging as you get older, especially for women, try progesterone before you get on estrogen, especially progesterone cream. And if you feel like you've been told, or you feel like you're producing excess estrogen, progesterone's got a nice balancing and stabilizing effect, and it can negate some of these effects of excess estrogen, and there's lots of them. We've talked about them for months, for years. Really, elevated estrogen is associated with anxiety and jitteriness and cysts and fibroids and endometriosis and ultimately even cancer. It's associated with inflammation and water retention, fluid retention. It's just a real rough hormone, as important as it is. Use progesterone first before you go on estrogen. And also, by the way, vitamin A and vitamin E to a certain extent can help balance out the effects of excess estrogen as well. Same with pregnenolone, which we've talked about on the program. Pregnenolone is a precursor to progesterone. DHEA, same thing. They can all help balance out the effects of excess estrogen. And then we come to glutathione. Glutathione, the body's primary antioxidant, primary cancer fighter, is also helpful, as it turns out, for preventing hyperpigmentation, dark spots. A lot of high-end skincare companies put glutathione in their skincare products, in their skin-lightening skincare products. Darkening of the skin is a type of oxidation. Glutathione is an important antioxidant. Glutathione can be protective against the oxidation that occurs to pigment as a response to excess estrogen or deficiencies in antioxidants or excess cortisol. This type of oxidation that causes hyperpigmentation, causes a darkening, can be balanced out by glutathione. You can actually buy glutathione pills, or they call them skin whitening pills, that feature glutathione in addition to other antioxidants. You get the same thing from your Mighty 90. And using basic amino acid supplements as well. We'll talk about one of the most important ones probably tomorrow. Taking digestive enzymes can be helpful. Taking a good probiotic supplement can be helpful as well. Hyperpigmentation should be regarded as a sign of something going wrong in the biochemistry of your body. It's not a skin problem. It's so important. I've been in the skincare business for 30 years, and if I've learned anything, it's this. If you have a skincare issue, if you have a skin problem like eczema, psoriasis, hyperpigmentation, acne, even something like dry skin, you don't have a skin problem. You've got an internal biochemistry problem. The skincare companies aren't going to tell you that because they sell billions of dollars in their skincare products. They're not going to tell you that your dry skin is an essential fatty acid deficiency. They're not going to tell you that your hyperpigmentation is a vitamin A deficiency or a sign of excess estrogen. They want you to buy their skincare products, and that's fine. That's all good and well. But you're not necessarily going to create any changes in your skin by using their products. If you've got any kind of skincare issue, it's so important if you want to reverse it. And by the way, skincare issues are really easy to reverse because the skin turns over and changes so rapidly. It's such a dynamic tissue. If you have any skincare issues, and I don't care what they are, vitiligo, psoriasis, intractable psoriasis, you don't need any drugs. You don't even really need any skincare, any topical skincare. You need to figure out what's going on inside the body. And by the way, if you have psoriasis, you have eczema, or you have acne, because it's a biochemical breakdown, because it's a breakdown of the chemistry, inside your body you are running higher risks for all kinds of degenerative diseases, heart diseases, autoimmune diseases, even ultimately cancer and a shortened lifespan. All manifested via or all demonstrated via skincare problems like psoriasis, eczema, whatever. All right, we're coming back with more good health information. Got a couple lines open for you at 855-660-4261. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You are listening to The Bright Side, and we'll be back right after this. Don't go away. There's a guy named Dr. Wallach who is anything but your typical doctor. Both a veterinarian and a naturopathic physician, Doc asks, why is this country spending more money on health care by far and ranking 50th in health and longevity worldwide? Doc believes that people should empower themselves with a basic understanding of nutrition, taking charge of their life, and obtaining optimal health and longevity through nutrition, not by toxic pharmaceutical drugs that lead to side effects that require more expensive and toxic pharmaceutical drugs. Talk about being dependent on drug companies to our own destruction, no less. This is clearly a deadly recipe. Doc Wallach's message is resonating with an increasing number of Americans who are waking up to all the government and big pharma manipulation of our health and healthcare system. I like what Doc Wallach is saying and doing to enlighten people about healthcare, and I've joined forces with him to help this tireless crusader spread his message. Visit brightsideben.com and listen to Doc Wallach's deadly recipe lectures. It makes a lot of sense, and I invite you to join our Brightside Ben team. Go to brightsideben.com. That's www.brightsideben.com.
Making the right decisions is a challenge to investors. Are we going to see economic growth, slide into a recession, or at worst, depression? Hi, Ted Anderson from Midas Resources. We all know when a company acts irresponsibly, divesting ourselves in a move towards safety is prudent. When the market becomes volatile, U.S. Treasuries are a safe haven. But what do you do when the U.S. government overextends itself and spends beyond its means? Many investors are turning toward gold as a common-sense alternative to traditional paper investments. Midas Resources has put together a powerful book titled 10 Reasons to Own Gold, discussing costs, benefits, risks, featuring full-color illustrations, weights, and measures. The book is free and can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. Paper investments are dwarfed by gold's 6,000-year history. Discover how gold may be right for you and your IRA by calling 800-686-2237. Whether buying or it's time for you to sell, the book is free. Call 800-686-2237.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, listen carefully. Sweeping changes to IRS policies will help more people than ever eliminate their tax debts once and for all. And now, thanks to Dan Pilla, you can get the tax help you need to end your tax nightmare.
Hi, I'm Dan Pilla. I've helped thousands of people reduce or eliminate tax debts they couldn't pay. And after more than 30 years of experience dealing with the IRS, I can tell you there's no such thing as a hopeless tax case. With the IRS's new policies, it's easier than ever to put your tax debt behind you once and for all. Call now at 800-346-6829 to learn how I can help you. You know your IRS debt will not go away by itself, but you don't have to live in fear anymore. Call 800-346-6829. Learn how I can help you eliminate wage and bank levies, release tax liens, and negotiate a settlement with the IRS that will put your tax nightmare behind you forever. Call 800-34-NO-TAX or go to my website, taxhelponline.com. That's taxhelponline.com.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey Guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit GoBerkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey Guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
A little right, a little left, but always independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network, GCN.
We are back on the bright side. I believe we're back on the bright side. Anyway, Thanks for joining us. 855-660-4261 is our number. We do have a couple lines open for you, talking a little bit about skin lightening and glutathione today. Glutathione is the body's primary antioxidant. We've been talking about this for so many years, really. We've been talking about it since I've been on the program. Glutathione. Glutathione is the body's primary cancer fighter, antioxidant, skin lightener. It's protective against radiation and heavy metals. It has a chemical ability to attract toxins and attract metals and neutralize them. Aluminum, cadmium, lead, mercury, they're all especially susceptible to glutathione neutralization. Same with nickel, same with arsenic. And then there are the very notable anti-cancer benefits of glutathione. Glutathione plays a really important role in the elimination as well as the detoxification of almost all carcinogens, cancers. In the book Say No to Cancer, author Patrick Halford calls glutathione highly cancer protective. After a course of chemotherapy, glutathione IVs are taking in the raw materials to build glutathione, and eating enough protein foods, high protein foods, that's where you're going to find the building blocks for glutathione, and making sure you're getting cofactors like selenium, sulfur, B vitamins, especially vitamin B2, which is very important for building glutathione. Vitamin C, all can be very important after a course of chemotherapy, which can be especially destructive on the body. Kills cancers, but it also has a negative effect, has a deathly effect on our own cells. So using glutathione post-chemotherapy can help accelerate the post-chemotherapy healing process. In the 1988 article from the very respected journal Carcinogenesis, glutathione was shown to prevent cancer formation in a dose-dependent fashion. That means the more glutathione that patients got, the better the anti-cancer effects. Interestingly, because the body doesn't really like chemotherapy drugs, because the body considers chemotherapy drugs to be deadly poisons, which they are, glutathione will actually deactivate chemotherapy. So if you're on chemotherapy, you want to be using glutathione after your course of chemotherapy. Tumor cells make glutathione too, and they're going to use glutathione to help maintain their toxicity, to help maintain their carcinogenicity. And then there's glutathione's major role in eye health. We've been talking about the eyes now for a few weeks. It should come as no surprise that glutathione plays a very important role in eye health. Being an antioxidant, the reaction between light and proteins in the body and proteins in the eye is a type of oxidation reaction, so it should come as no surprise that the body will keep glutathione in the eyes. There's very few systems in the body, if any, that are more prone to oxidation than eye tissue, so it makes perfect sense that glutathione is going to be manufactured in eye cells and found in large concentrations in eye cells. In fact, the eye is where glutathione was first discovered back in the late 19th century. It's the master antioxidant. The eyes are the most susceptible organ in the body, system in the body to oxidation, light oxidation or photooxidation. And glutathione will protect the eyes the way it protects any other system in the body. It'll protect the cornea. It'll protect the retina. It'll protect the macula if you've got macular degeneration. And glutathione will also offer you protection from glaucoma. If you want to supplement with glutathione, it is best to use the building blocks of glutathione. Glutathione is a tripeptide. That means it's made up of 3 chunks, 3 amino acids. And if you take glutathione by itself, your body will probably break down the stomach acids. The acids in your stomach will probably break down that tripeptide into its 3 components. So if you want to boost your own glutathione, taking glutathione is not necessarily the best way to do it. Although there are some protected forms of glutathione that you could use in a supplemental fashion. Liposomal glutathione, for example, is coated, so it passes through the stomach, goes into the intestine. It's not prone to breakdown or digestion by digestive juices. But in general, if you want to build glutathione, it's probably a good idea to take in high-protein foods, which will contain the building blocks for glutathione, especially whey protein. In fact, this is one of the superstar effects of whey protein is the fact that it has glutathione and it has the building blocks for glutathione. There's no food that I could think of. I don't think there's any foods that have more glutathione and glutamine and more building raw materials for building glutathione than whey protein. Sorry, vegans. There isn't any. I don't mean to rip on vegans. I don't mean to rip on vegetarians. But the fact of the matter is it's just impossible to find these kinds of foods, these kinds of high protein, high amino acid foods by using just vegetables. Whey protein is probably nature's richest source of glutamine and glutathione and glutathione building blocks, including the amino acid glutamine, which I'll talk about here in a second. You also get some glutathione building blocks in eggs. Pretty much all high-protein foods are going to get you some glutathione building blocks. The major amino acid in glutathione is made up of 3 parts, and the most important part is an amino acid called glutamine. Super, stupendously important amino acid. Maybe the most important amino acid in the body. Certainly it's the most abundant free amino acid in the body. It's a lot like taurine in this regard. When we were talking about taurine, we said there's not a lot of proteins that have taurine in them. Usually amino acids are like little building blocks for proteins. Taurine typically does not act like a building block. It typically acts independently. And glutamine is much the same way. Glutamine will typically act independently. It is part of the glutathione molecule, and it's part of smaller peptides, I should tell you, but it's not part of big proteins. It usually acts by itself or in little pieces. That's because glutamine, like taurine, is highly, highly energetic. Super energetic. In fact, glutamine has so much energy that the body and cells can actually use glutamine like sugar. The body can actually use glutamine like it uses glucose. And this can be very helpful, and this can make glutamine very important for folks who are dealing with sugar cravings. Try a teaspoonful of glutamine powder in the middle of the day when you would be ordinarily looking for a sugar buzz. You can use a teaspoonful when you come home from the gym. It's very, very important. Glutamine is very important for helping build and repair muscles. This idea of using supplements when you come home from the gym is very, very important. You don't want to miss an opportunity to supplement when you come home from the gym. For you guys who are doing serious workouts, or even if you're doing a light workout, or even if you're just taking brisk walks or playing tennis or going for swims, you don't want to miss an opportunity to supplement when you come home from the gym, you come home from your swim, you come home from your tennis or your golf or your brisk walk or whatever it is that you do. What you don't want to do, unless you're a marathon runner or a high-powered athlete, or unless you're a serious bodybuilder and really working your muscles to the point of fatigue, what you don't want to do is intake a bunch of sugar or one of those high-carbohydrate power bars or snack drinks or snack foods or energy drinks when you come home from the gym, because just like the body absorbs nutrients after a workout, it's also going to absorb sugar. Now, some of that sugar is going to go into your muscle, a little bit will go into your liver, and replace some of the sugar that you burnt out with your workout, but a lot of it, unfortunately, is just going to float around in the blood, wreak havoc on the blood, and get stored as fat. So when you come home from the gym, instead of doing a power bar or some kind of, instead of a piece of fruit or some kind of high sugar or high carbohydrate snack, do protein, do essential fatty acids, and you are going to want to do a little bit of fruit or berries. And I'll tell you why you want to do that. A little bit of fruit, a little bit of berries, maybe a little bit of molasses with your protein. There's a real interesting reason why you want to do that. I'll tell you what I mean when I come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side, and we've got one line open for you at 855-660-4261. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right. General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for under $30,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet under $30,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Take delivery in spring. 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
To thank you for being a loyal listener, we have a limited time freebie offer for you. Claim your free heirloom tomato seeds, just pay shipping, right now at 123freeseeds.com. These aren't ordinary seeds. These are heirloom, non-genetically modified super seeds that are open-pollinated and can be grown, harvested, and replanted endlessly. These survival seeds are actually more valuable than gold in a crisis. Go to 123freeseeds.com and you can get an airtight storage packet of 150 super seeds free while supplies last to say thank you for being a loyal listener. First come, first served. Just cover shipping. Go to 123freeseeds.com now to see if your free heirloom seeds are still available. That's 123freeseeds.com.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document? Worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average over 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE, 855-340-7283.
American gardeners and fellow patriots, make the right choice with your money, time, and your family food supply. Choose 100% pure heirloom seeds in the Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com. Why spend more? The Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com is only $37.95 and includes 20 varieties of pure, hardy, easy-to-grow heirloom seeds. Yes, only $37.95. That's 70% less than our competitors. You could buy 3 Survival Seed Vaults for less than one of theirs. The Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com includes detailed planting and seed-saving instructions and ships same day. Plus, all orders over $49 ship free. MyPatriotSupply.com is American-owned by patriots like you, passionate about freedom and preparedness. Call now, 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Or discover more emergency preparedness items when you order at MyPatriotSupply.com. Choose the original. Choose the Survival Seed Vault at MyPatriotSupply.com.
It's time to kick some ash, because cigarettes have met their match. Smokers are switching to Vaporite e-liquid by LeSig, because when you kick ash, you kick tar and smelly smoke too. LeSig smokes the competition with real people customer service, a 7-day satisfaction guarantee, and same-day fast free shipping. Become a vapor today at LeSig.com, spelled LECIG.com. LeSig e-cigarettes. Kick some ash.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Ted Anderson, I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Independently leading the way for the nation. Compelling talk for every political persuasion. We are GCN.
All right, we're back on the bright side. I am Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for being here. I think we'll hold off on... I'll tell you tomorrow why you want to use a little bit of berries or maybe some honey or molasses with your supplements when you come home from the gym. There's a very interesting reason for that. Typically, you don't want to use a lot of sugar when you come home from the gym. That's because your body will absorb that sugar really rapidly, just like it absorbs everything when you come home from the gym or when you come home from a workout. With one exception, you do want a little bit of sugar with your protein. I'll tell you what I mean, and your supplements in general. I'll tell you what I mean tomorrow as we continue talking about glutamine, glutathione, peptides, eye health, bone health, bodybuilding, among other things here on the bright side. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for being here. Our number today is 855-660-4261. We do have a line open for you. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products that you hear us talk about or recommend on the Bright Side, you can head over to my website, brightsideben.com, or call the Bright Side Ben phone team at 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470. All right, time to hit the phones. Let's see. Let's take our first phone call of the day. Sandy in Texas. Welcome to the Bright Side. What's going on?
Oh, well, just wanted to let you know that I started the Mighty 90 Tangerine, and if I were to tell you all the things it has improved, it would take up probably all of your show time. But
Well, hang on. Give me one, Sandy. Before, just tell me like maybe one or two things that improved, just for the listeners.
Energy.
Awesome.
I'm feeling, and I wasn't having any trouble sleeping, but when I wake up in the morning, I feel better. I just got through having my 3 grandchildren here for Christmas, and I have no muscle problems, and that's very unusual.
Nice.
Usually when they leave, I have all sorts of problems. And I could tell you that about my husband and other people as well. But years ago, I started taking Nasonex for my allergies.
Okay.
Hay fever, really, really, really bad hay fever. And then I, probably about 5 years after taking it, I got glaucoma. And we have no glaucoma in our family at all. And then I went through and I was looking up the connection between Nasonex and glaucoma on the Internet. There's a class action lawsuit right now.
Goodness. I didn't know that.
Okay. I didn't know it either until I started looking it up. Now, what can I do? Can I reverse this? And I'm afraid about the,
Yeah. Now you're not using the Nasonex anymore, correct?
No.
Okay. Glaucoma.
No, I'm not. I quit taking it.
Well, I'll tell you about glaucoma here in a second. I'm just curious, though, what do you think glaucoma is? How would you describe it as somebody who has it? Not how it feels like. I'm wondering, what is your take on glaucoma? How would you see it as developing or forming?
Okay. First of all, I have absolutely no symptoms of it.
No. This is what I want. Hang on, sweetheart. This is what I'm asking you. What is, as a layperson, I take it you're not a medical professional or healthcare professional, as a layperson, what is your impression of what glaucoma is? I'm just curious to know. And then I'll tell you how you deal with it and what you can do as far as the Nasonex goes and nutrition. But I'm just curious, what is it as a layperson that you think glaucoma is? And there's no right or wrong. I'm just curious to know.
Right.
It's not a quiz.
Pressure in the eye from too much. Yeah, pressure in the eye from too much fluid.
Okay, that's exactly what it is. Pressure deforms in the eye. What usually have these valves in the eye. They're like openings in the eye. They call them canals, and they open up and fluid comes out. But over time, as we get older, or as sugar starts to accumulate in our blood, as oxidation occurs and the body starts to break down, those microscopic little valves begin to get destroyed. And when those valves get destroyed, or inflamed, fluid cannot drain out, and the eye starts to puff up, and that's what the pressure comes from. The problem is in the valves. The problem with glaucoma is in a damaged valve. The valve damage occurs for the same reason all damage occurs into the body. Number 1, toxicity getting into the blood. Number 2, problems with blood sugar. And number 3, problems with oxygenation and perhaps the stress hormone cortisol. So first and foremost, for glaucoma, number 1, and by the way, steroid drugs like your Nasonex can definitely do that. Steroid drugs suppress growth, suppress repair, and it's not surprising that the tiny little valves can be damaged by long-term administration of a steroid drug like Nasonex, or any steroid drug for that matter. So I can see why there'd be a class action lawsuit. I can see why there'd be a side effect, but not to worry. You can do a lot about it. Number 1, if you have any digestive issues, and chances are you do, because you said you had allergies, and allergies are linked to digestive problems, those need to be corrected. That means if you have any problems with heartburn, gas, bloating, constipation, you know the drill. You had to link those problems up to foods and then eliminate those foods. And then secondly, or simultaneous with eliminating those problem foods, you want to start to use nutritional support. And that means probiotics like the Biolumin Nightly Essence. That means digestive enzymes after all your meals, like the Ultimate Enzymes from Longevity. I would use some Z-Radical, which is wonderful for digestive support. You can also use aloe or noni as well. Lecithin after all your meals. Apple cider vinegar after all your meals. You can throw in a little bit of extra pancreatin or bile salts. So focus on the digestive system, number 1. Secondly, because this sugar effect, the reaction between sugar and the valves, can cause a breakdown of the valves and lead to glaucoma, and glaucoma is associated with diabetes and blood sugar control. Start to focus on blood sugar issues. Get on the sweeties. Use the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. You said you're already using it. Sip on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine all day long. Use the sweeties after your meals. Make sure you're taking magnesium. The Osteomag is a good source of magnesium. The amino acid taurine can help. The B vitamin-like substance choline can help as well. You may want to throw in some extra niacin too. And then essential fatty acids, the ultimate EFAs, are always good for any inflammatory issue. Glaucoma, as I say, involves some inflammation in those valves. So getting on the essential fatty acids after meals can help. And don't forget about zinc and vitamin A and selenium, all of which are very important for eye health. Last but not least, you may want to try the Vision FX from Youngevity, which has a lot of really neat nutrients that specifically address eye health. Does that help you, Sandy?
It does. Thank you very much. I
anything else?
appreciate it.
Anything else you want to ask?
So I need to take these other things in addition to my Mighty 90.
You bet. That's all in addition. That's right. All in addition to the Mighty 90. Just think of it as the valves are breaking down. That's how you want to look at it. Okay? And I'll be talking about glaucoma here, if not tomorrow. In the next few days, we're going to talk about glaucoma, both forms of glaucoma. Okay? Thanks so much for your call, Sandy. Got to move on. Appreciate it. All right, Debbie, you've been holding on forever, it seems like, over half an hour. Thanks so much for holding. What's going on? How can we help you?
Hi. I called Friday, and you said to call back about my eyes are so dry.
Okay. Any autoimmune issues or digestive issues that you know of?
Well, I was told I should take digestive enzymes.
Did I tell you that, or who told you that?
Oh, no, a doctor.
Okay, well, that's a pretty smart doctor, because the chances are you are not absorbing your fatty vitamins. Dry eyes are associated with vitamin A deficiencies. It can also be associated with some kind of immune problem, some kind of attack, autoimmune attack on the tear ducts, actually. If you have dry eyes, you got some big problems, aside from the fact that it's really uncomfortable. There's a lot of antibacterial substances, antiviral substances, protective substances that are secreted in the fluid, in the tear fluid. So with dry eyes, you're more susceptible to eye disease, and that's not a good thing. So a couple of things that you want to do. Number one, especially if your doctor already told you about digestive enzymes, continue on that track, focusing on fat absorption especially. Vitamin A is super important for dry eyes, but if you're not absorbing your fats, you're not going to absorb your vitamin A. Hang tight, Debbie. We'll finish up when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We've got a couple lines open for you at 855-660-4261. We'll be back right after this.
Hey everybody, Jason Lewis here with another great idea from JasonLewisTeam.com. Now, how would you like an energy drink that's actually good for you? That's right, one that not only gives you an afternoon pick-me-up, but that's loaded with the most important antioxidants for reducing the damage from stress. It's called Pollen Burst, and it's a natural burst of energy that lasts for hours. Now, most energy drinks rely on a massive dose of caffeine, sugar, or even vitamin B. Pollen Burst takes a more balanced approach, and that's why I like it. I also love the fact that Pollen Burst has plenty of vitamin D and green tea extract. This is the best energy drink I've ever tried. So trust me, you'll not only like it better than the others, you'll love the way it's individually packaged for freshness as well. They've got these on-the-go stick packs. They're great. Pollen Burst. It's available at JasonLewisTeam.com or simply call 1-855-310-TEAM for a natural burst of energy. It's Pollen Burst at JasonLewisTeam.com or 1-855-310-TEAM.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
Curious about what comes next? Next is the feeling of vulnerability you get after you arrive home to discover your house has been ransacked by burglars. Fool the bad guys with a new improved fake TV. You asked for it, we listened, and we made our new fake TV 3 times brighter than our previous model. The brightness of our new fake TV is equivalent to a 40-inch TV. It simulates the color and motion of a real TV while you're away from home. And when burglars think someone is home watching television, they're likely to pass your house and move on to an easier target. The new, brighter Fake TV is only $39.95 and includes free shipping. Go to faketv.com or call 1-877-5-FAKE-TV. That's 877-532-5388 or go to faketv.com. Fake TV, the burglar deterrent.
Great news, pure water lovers. BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com has a special discount offer for all GCN listeners. You can't do better than a Big Berkey for economy. For only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. There's none better than a Big Berkey for emergency preparedness as a backup water source. And you just can't beat a Big Berkey to remove dangerous chlorine, all types of fluoride, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, parasites, and unhealthy byproducts from municipal water. Berkey water filter systems are even powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. For the gold standard in water filters, get a Big Berkey at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And all GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems. For details, call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Great minds think alike. The network for the independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network. GCN.
All right, welcome back to the Bright Side. Talking to Debbie in Texas about dry eyes. Debbie?
Yeah.
A couple things. Tear fluid actually contains lots of antibacterial and antiviral and protective substances. So if you have dry eyes, it's much more than just a painful issue, as painful as it can be. It's also a serious health condition for your eyes. So you want to make sure that you're doing everything you can do to correct that. Number one, if you have any inflammatory issues, digestive issues, it sounds like you want to start working on that. Any inflammation, any inflammatory factors that get into the blood can easily make it into those tiny little vessels and ducts in the eyes, and you can cause blockages or damage to the tear ducts, and that can lead to dry eyes. Also, tear fluid contains fatty materials. Those fatty materials kind of coat the eye. If you have any fat absorption problems, you need to correct those. That means taking your ultimate enzymes as well as your probiotics, maybe apple cider vinegar after meals. You have your gallbladder, Debbie?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good.
And I also have a film that's growing around the iris.
That's not surprising. That's because you're not making that in your tears. Ordinarily, tears would wash that away. So that's why I say it's a serious issue, and if you're already starting to get that film, you really don't have a lot of time to waste. Get on essential fatty acids. Start taking high doses of those. Those can be helpful. Same with the fatty vitamins, vitamin A and E. 20,000 international units of vitamin A a day, 400 international units of vitamin E a day, and take them with foods, especially fatty foods, and digestive enzymes, and apple cider vinegar at the end of your meals, and then it wouldn't hurt you to throw in a little bit of lecithin with your fatty meals as well. Focus on, number one, the digestive system. Wouldn't hurt you to make sure you're stabilizing your blood sugar by using more protein in the sweeties, and then also make sure you're getting your fatty vitamins, your ultimate EFAs, and using them with meals and digestive enzymes and the ultimate enzymes and fat absorption aids. I hope that helps you, ma'am. Anything else, Debbie?
Okay. Appreciate it.
Sure. Good luck. Let's stay in touch. Let us know how you're doing, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Debbie. Have a beautiful day. All right. Carol in Kentucky, welcome to the Bright Side. What's going on?
Yes, I'm a 62-year-old woman. I was diagnosed with lupus in 76. And in 1980, I became a paraplegic, and they diagnosed me as transverse myelitis brought on by a viral infection.
Say that slow. I'm sorry, I didn't even hear you. What did they diagnose you? I didn't understand that.
Transverse myelitis brought on by a viral infection.
Okay.
And in 2007, I had my hip wrapped because it was infected in a decube that wouldn't heal. And so after it got healed, they didn't take out the material that was wrapped around the hip, and I've had a severe inflammation set up ever since. And I was wondering what.
You got lots you could do, ma'am. Everything I want you to picture a tree, okay? Picture a tree in your mind's eye. All right, and a tree has a trunk, and then it has branches, and then it has leaves, right?
Right.
Now, everything you just told me is describing leaves that are turning brown and decaying. Now, if you have leaves that are turning brown and decaying and fungal and they're all rotting away, do you want to treat the root or do you want to treat the leaves? You want to treat the root. It doesn't matter. You can treat every darn leaf. There's a million leaves on the tree, and everything you're telling me is another leaf on the tree. It doesn't do any good to treat the leaf. We got to treat the friggin' tree. We got to treat the root. We got to treat the trunk. We got to figure out what's going on in there. Basically, your body's just kind of falling apart. And if you try to address every leaf, you're going to go nuts. It's not even going to help you any, but you're just going to go crazy trying to do it. Does that make sense so far, Carol?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get to the root. Let's get to the trunk of the tree here. Number one, guarantee. You said you had some kind of. You're paraplegic. You told me.
I am.
Okay. So what you need to do is you need to really, when you're paraplegic or quadriplegic, your digestive system is one of the first parts of the body that starts to go awry, and toxins start to accumulate in the body. So what you're going to need to do, Carol, is you're going to need to focus on eating less food, number one, and getting more nutrition, number two. Less food, more nutrition. If that sounds like an oxymoron, what I really mean is less calories and more nutrients. Calories are not your friend. Nutrients are. Now, you need a little bit of calories, obviously, but you'll get plenty of calories just by eating a couple of pieces of vegetable every day. So that's not usually an issue. The real issue is lack of nutrition. So how do you get nutrition without having to get a lot of calories? Liquid supplements and liquid foods. Start to wean yourself away off of any processed foods immediately. You don't have any time to waste if you're already in your 60s. That means bread and pasta and restaurant food and all the foods everybody eats at parties and when they go out, and you don't get to do that anymore. Instead, you want to start doing liquid protein, and you can do that in several ways. Whey protein is wonderful, although some people may have a digestive problem associated with it because whey is so active. If you can do whey, that's one of your best friends. Get on a good whey protein supplement like Stephen Ewer's One World Whey and do it throughout the day, small amounts. Secondly, start eating some bone soup. Between bone soup and whey protein, you should have all your protein needs met. Use bone soup all day, every day. And I think you know what I'm talking about. We've talked about it on the program. You take a whole chicken, drop it in a pot, let it simmer, turn it into soup, throw in some veggies. So bone soup and whey protein. You're going to get more protein. That's also going to help you rebuild the body as well, rebuild connective tissue, rebuild muscle tissue as well. Some more protein. Get yourself on liquid micronutrients like the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Start sipping on it. Get it right away. Don't waste any time and start sipping on it all day long. You don't need the full 2 scoops. If you don't like the taste of it, just do 1 scoop in a glass of water. The point is to get some liquid nutrition in your system. If it was me, Carol, I'd be throwing in some extra vitamin C, maybe another 2,000 or 3,000 milligrams of it a day. You're probably more constipated than you have loose stools. Is that correct?
Right.
Yeah, so the vitamin C will help you with that. That acts like a little mini laxative. You don't want to take too much because it acts like a maxi laxative if you take too much. But just enough will act like a mini laxative, help loosen the bowels a little bit. Make sure you're getting enough magnesium. That will have the same effect. The Osteomag from Youngevity can do that for you. And then you also want to make sure you're getting enough electrical nutrients, electrical support nutrients, and there's a bunch of them. Vitamin E is very important, 400 international units of vitamin E a day. I'd be using coenzyme Q10, maybe 100 to 200 milligrams of the oil-soluble version of coenzyme Q10. Make sure it's oil and not powdered CoQ10. We talked about taurine, very electrically active, maybe 100 to 500 milligrams of taurine a day. And then you also want to make sure you're getting enough glutathione. If you, under ideal circumstances, Carol, I would be using intravenous glutathione, but that could be a little bit pricey. If you don't want to do that, make sure you're getting the raw materials for building glutathione, which you will get some in whey protein, egg protein as well. I'd be using glutamine powder, maybe 1,000 to 5,000 milligrams. That's a teaspoon of glutamine powder, 1/5 of a teaspoon to a full teaspoon of glutamine powder every day. And then also the other building blocks of glutathione, including NAC, maybe 100 to 500 milligrams of NAC a day, as well as glycine, which you will find in whey protein or any good protein supplement, bone soup. Will get you some glycine. Between all of that, you should start to notice some results really quickly, like within a couple of days if you start getting on a program like that. And it really wouldn't hurt you to get on the Healthy Start Pack either. That way you'll get your OsteoFX and your essential fatty acids, which are a must-have. Think Mighty 90, think digestive system, and think rebuilding your body. You really don't have a lot of time to waste here, but the good news is the body is so forgiving and so resilient it can turn on a dime. The body can turn on a dime, but we got to turn on a dime too to help the body do its work, giving it the raw materials it needs to do its work, as well as staying away from the stuff, the toxic stuff, the bad stuff that slows down the body's ability to do its healing and regenerating work. Does that help you, Carol?
where did you get the glutamine?
Where do you get it?
Uh-huh.
You get a lot of places. You can get it in foods, high-protein foods, whey protein, for example. You can also get glutamine powder supplements at a good health food store, wherever you buy your nutritional supplies. I would buy the powder, though, rather than the capsules or the tablets. It's a little bit more cost-effective. It's pretty cheap stuff. It's around $30 a pound or so. And it's really, really, really powerful stuff. It doesn't have any taste. You can put it right in water and sip on it. And as we'll talk about tomorrow, your body cells can actually use glutamine as fuel like they use glucose. Thanks, Carol. Got to move on. I appreciate your call. I hope we helped you out. And let's see. Truth Raider, what's going on, man? We've got about a minute to talk to you. What's going on, Carl?
Good morning, Farmers Hispanics. Good to talk to you again.
Good to talk to
you. Yes, sir. 2 topics really quick. The good news, radiation levels are far lower here than they are in Northern California, so that's a little bit of a relief for me. So I'm happy
in Oregon.
To find out.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, that's great news to find out. The TV doctor, the most famous one, the beloved Dr. Mehmet Oz.
Oh, yeah.
I met him a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Seems to be a very, very nice guy.
Where'd you meet him?
I met him at the OMSI Center, which is the Oregon Medical Science Institute, and they had a special program called the 15-Minute Dr. Oz Screening Health Challenge.
Carl, we're out of time, bro. Real quick, do you have anything to say? Or you want to call back tomorrow?
Well, just what do you think? Do you think he's a good guy and what he does?
I don't know him personally, but I don't like that he represents the medical model and passes on silly mythologies as if they were truths. You know, that's my problem with him. And he's pretty much a standard medical doctor. He's a cardiologist, and he's not big on a lot of nutritional supplements. I'm not a fan of Dr. Oz, put it that way, but he might be a nice guy. I don't know about that. Carl, I got to move. Thanks so much for your call. If you got anything else, why don't you give us a call back tomorrow? Thanks so much for your calls, folks. Appreciate your letters and your Facebooks and all the love and support. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Tomorrow we'll continue talking about glutamine and nutritional supplements, post-workout nutritional supplementation, eye health, etc. Thanks so much for listening. Have a wonderful, awesome, beautiful day. We will talk to y'all later, folks. Bye for now. Okay, bye-bye.
Would you like being an insider? Would you like getting exclusive access to prizes and better deals? Would you like some help in making sure you and your loved ones are prepared for the next disaster or emergency? If you answered yes to any of these, here's your simple solution. Join Freeze Dry Guy's Survival Insider Club. Not only is your membership free, you get $10 in survival bucks just for signing up. Then you save at least 10% on purchases, plus enjoy insider access to specials, prizes, and other exclusive offers. Since 1970, veteran-owned Freeze Dry Guy has been your trusted source for long-lasting, easy-to-make freeze-dried food and dehydrated food, perfect for emergency preparedness, RV travel, and outdoor needs from camping to sailing. Enjoy life as a survival insider. Call Freeze Dry Guy now at 866-404-3663, 866-404-FOOD, or log on to freezedryguy.com. That's freezedryguy.com.
Time and time again.
You need to come here and help us. We need assistance, please.
Those we should be able to depend on let us down.
Federal and state and local officials saying help is on the way. Well, the folks here in Bell Harbor say, show me.
Don't depend on the government to save you. Take action now so that you're prepared for the next disaster with MyPatriotSupply.com. Get the best prices on storable food, non-GMO seeds, water filtration devices, home canning equipment, survival and self-reliance books, and more at MyPatriotSupply.com. Call 866-229-0927.
We are hurting down here, and we need help immediately.
Before it's time to survive, it's time to prepare. MyPatriotSupply.com. MyPatriotSupply.com.